Kristen from JK Fiber Arts. Welcome back to part 2 of the alpaca processing. Last week we combed the raw fleece and made some comb top with it, and then I talked about how I'm going to blend it. Most likely I was going to do merino, but I have had a change of plan. So today we are going to actually do some drum carding. I was thinking about the hackle and doing the blend, and usually when I do a blend on the hackle, it's fiber that's already top, and I am not trying to homogenize it. I'm doing layers of color and so I can spin from the fold. So I think for this, because I would like to do a 4-ply, because I've never showed you guys a 4-ply, I'm going to do a 4-ply for a cabled headband, and I would like it to be 70% alpaca and 30% something else. My 30% something else that I have decided on, because I want it to have some springiness to it, is this wonderful Rambouillet and Faux Cashmere. Faux Cashmere is simply nylon, and that's going to give the alpaca a little bit of memory. So when you wear it as a headband, it won't stretch out. It'll snap back, have some memory to it. What I have been experimenting with this morning is how many times I want to pass this through. So here is the raw fleece here that we scoured. This is prior to any combing or carding. To keep the math simple for me, I'm going to do 100 grams, and that'll be 70 of alpaca and then 30 grams of this Rambouillet Faux Cashmere. And I'm going to blend that together. And to get it more homogenized, I'm going to do it on my drum carder. So what I've already done here, and I wanted to show you the difference, is I have my drum carder set up on the 6-to-1 ratio, which is what you should be on whenever you're whenever you're carding fiber. When you're blending it, you want it on the 4-to-1 when you're trying to blend things together. So what I have here is the raw alpaca, one pass through here. And then this is what it came out looking like. And it's good, but it's not fully floofed up and homogenized here. And then what I have over here is the one that's gone through twice. And you can see how much floof, look at the volume on this thing. Much more voluminous and floofy. So twice, I think, is the magic number. Then I'm going to blend it through with this. So I think that in order for me to not overwork this beautiful fine fiber, my plan is to run it through a total of 3 times. So I do it once on the 6-to-1, then I'm going to add this. We're going to run it through 2 more times, and then I'll have my blend. I also have some gold here that I want to put in for just a touch of this Angelina that I got from Paradise Fibers. Just a tiny kiss of this. And again, I'm going to just put all this together nice and homogenized. And then it should come out looking very natural, but so soft, but just the right amount of memory so that I can do a beautiful cabled headband. Let's get started. I have my packer brush engaged here. I have changed my drive band to the 4-to-1 ratio so we can do some blending. It's comfortably probably 2.5, 3 ounces is probably the max you're gonna go on this. What I'm gonna do is take half of this and half and make 2 separate bats. So I'm just going to do a quick weight here and divide this up. And all I'm going to do is just start layering this in here. And when you are drum carding, it doesn't matter. The fibers are going to be all different directions, so it doesn't really matter how you lay this in here. But what I'm going to do is put this down, put some of this cashmere, the Rambouillet with Faux Cashmere in here. And I'm just going to start layering it on bit by bit so that this is all kind of distributed, and then I'll add in a little touch of that gold as well. And I'm going to burnish this base level down. I want to get a good base level. I'm just going to keep on adding here, and I'm just going to intersperse this with the alpaca. I want to keep this off of my liquor, and I don't want it to get attached up here, because then when it winds and rolls on, it's going to get stuck on my liquor end. And remember, you don't want to put your hand on the fiber and hold it from getting onto the liquor, or getting drawn in, because that'll also have it get stuck to the liquor in. And I'm still just building up my base here. A little bit more. I don't know if you can hear that. There's a big hawk outside. He is screeching. All I'm doing is just looking to see where there might be some lesser fiber and just filling the bare spots here. And I literally am just ripping this off in pieces. This is weird. I don't usually make things that are white. It feels weird not to have a splash of color in here. I'm fighting my urge to add something, but this is going to be cables, so it's going to have a really nice cable definition. That's what the 4-ply will give us. A very nice round yarn. This is almost like working with Angora. It's so fluffy. I'm just covered in fluff. And I do want to keep my liquoring clean. And again, some of this is so fine that the Rambouillet and Cashmere is just floating. Let's see, let's put a little touch of gold. We're going to be very light-handed. Very, very light. Just a touch. Because this stuff expands. You don't realize how much it expands. The last time I used some purple Angelina, and oh my gosh, it was in like every blend I did. There was a teeny tiny bit of it in every blend I did for like the next 4 blends. I could not get it out. It was crazy. So a little dab will do ya. So the pattern that I'm going to do is something called Celtic Roots Headband. And I've done this pattern several times before, and I just love it. It's really well done. And you can adjust the size by how many cable repeats. And it's lovely. You do a nice provisional cast on, and then you join it at the end. You just do like a Kitchener stitch. It's wonderful. And it's seamless and gorgeous. And it's very, very smooth and comfortable. I love mine. I wear it all the time. And this blend, this Rambouillet with the Faux Cashmere, That is a really nice, it's actually called the Happy Feet blend, and it's from Cashmere Fiber Arts, and I love it. I have dyed a bunch of it and made really cool socks. And I'm not too worried if it looks like I have like gold in one spot more than another, because remember, this is still going to go through again, so we'll have lots of time for this to blend the whole way and get homogenized. And I just kept piling those layers on, and now I'm just going to put this last little bit of Angelina on here. And again, I tried to keep the Angelina pretty light. I can always add more later if I want. I have taken my packer brush off. That's my #1 mistake. I always forget to do that. And I'm aligning the doffer strip here at the top. I've got my doffer, and I'm going to take this off in little pieces, and make sure we're getting the whole way through. And just make sure you take these little small chunks here. This looks so pretty. And I love this. The faux cashmere, I mean, the alpaca already had a nice sheen to it, but the faux cashmere gives it even a little bit more sheen with this tiny bit of gold in there. I might need a teensy touch more, but we'll see when it blends in a little bit more. Let's see what we think, because it's going to need a little bit more blending. And then what I'll do is I'll make another one just like this. So the yarn calls for a worsted to Aran weight for this pattern. So I'm going to do a 4-ply at a worsted to Aran weight, and then I'll divide this in. I'll make 2 bats, and then each of those bats I'll just divide into half, and that'll give me my 4 plies. Keep the math nice and easy. It says it takes about 3.5 ounces, and so my 100 grams per bat should be great. I'm just going to take this off in a bat. And when I do this, I am just getting this off of the pins here, trying to get my hand the whole way across, and I'm pulling up and back just a little bit. So it's kind of up and back, and I'm keeping one hand, my back hand here is on the pins holding this. I always think of it like making a ponytail. I'm going to try to get every bit of this up, so I'm just going to grab these little fibers that are down on the bottom here, because again, this is going through again, so. And my front hand also is staying on this, and oh, once again, a little bit left behind there. We don't want to leave anything behind. I want all of this goodness. There we go. I'm looking forward to my crankless drum carder, because then my arm the handle doesn't get in the way of my arm when I'm doing this. And we are free. We got it all. Perfect. So here is our first pass, and this is what it looks like. And you can see I have this little clump of gold here, but don't worry, that's all going to get blended in. And now I'm going to take this through one more time to get it blended more thoroughly. And again, it doesn't matter how we do this. I'm going to just start by ripping it in half, and then I'm just going to rip chunks off of here. You can see there's just a tiny bit of iridescent gold throughout, and that's exactly what I was going for. Not heavy-handed, just a nice little light kiss of it. And then this should just get floofier and floofier. And again, just get a nice base layer going here. The key to having this come off the drum carder easily is packing it down in there really well with the packer brush, and that'll let all the fibers kind of adhere to each other and then lift up nicer. It also smooths everything out. I try to do it almost every layer. I just have to say, this alpaca is fabulous. This is I did the alpaca last year. I did a video with the alpaca prep that I had done from the alpaca fiber that I got from a friend at work, and that was wonderful. I can't even believe, but this is more wonderful than that. It is so amazing. I wish you guys could touch it. All right, it's all on here, so we're gonna just lift up the packer brush. Have my doffer strip at the top. Have my doffer, take this off and see what we have created here. And I think that twice through is the magical number. This looks very nice and homogenized. So it's a total of 3 times through. I took the processed, the raw fleece, the raw alpaca, and put it through once on the 6:1 ratio, and then I blended it twice on the 4:1. And hopefully this is gonna give me exactly what I want with just a touch of sparkle. I can see that little touch of sparkle in here too throughout. Doesn't that look lovely? I'm very excited about this. And the most important part of this is making sure that you have every single fiber separated. And again, I'm going to put my hands close to the pins on the top and the bottom here, making sure that I get all of the bits as much as I possibly can. And it's kind of like a little bit of a drafting. I'm pulling kind of up and out. And I'm trying to get all my pieces here. Leave as little behind as possible. There we are. Oh, look at that. And now you have it, your 70-30 alpaca Rambouillet faux cashmere blend with a touch of gold. Lovely. I'm going to make another one to match, and then I'll show you the end result. Okay, let's get this second one off, and then we will have 2 gorgeous floofy bats. I love taking this off of here. This is my favorite part. All right, here is our second floofy bat. Here it is. Here we have our 2 50-gram, 70% alpaca, 30% Rambouillet with faux cashmere. Woolen prep bats ready to put on the wheel. They are so awesome. I cannot wait to make this. It's gonna be so pretty. All right, I will see you next time when we get this on the wheel. Until then, spin happy.